Hello fellow hitchhikers. In this video I am excited to share with you the player housing mint and some updates what's happening with Solarbots and where we are with the MVP, the minimum viable product, and a few things like that. So just a bit of a recap in case you don't know. Solarbots is a project that's being developed. It's a blockchain based game. Well, more than a game, it's going to be sort of an immersive metaverse is the ultimate goal, with everything from merchandise in the real life to spin-offs including anime and so on, and within the game itself roles for every type of player, whether you want to be a creator who's creating things that get sold on the marketplace, a crafter, someone who's mining and collecting resources, someone who's battling and so on, playing the adventure and pursuing the lore. So the hopes are that there'll be lots of different roles and something for everyone, and even within the space, your player housing, which is happening now, is a spot where you can grow some basic herbs and have people over for a social experience within a digital environment, and so on. So the website solarbots.io has a very in-depth white paper, 60 pages with lots of details, but in particular what's happening right now is the player housing. I suppose I should let you know, just in terms of Solarbots themselves, they've all been minted, at least the Mark 1 Solarbots have been minted, and through official links on the Discord or the website you can find them on OpenSea. Watch out for scams and bad ones. The big thing that people look at is either which faction. You can mix and match any faction, all Solarbots go together, or they take a look at the type of Solarbot, the class, whether it's a tank, range, DPS, and whatnot, because it'll have maybe more healing abilities or it'll have more attack abilities. And one of the factions you should know, the neutral faction, is 1/3-ish of the other factions, and so they tend to be more expensive, and they're all baby in style. I have another video where I go over how to buy the Solarbots and look for deals, but anyways, today we're looking at player housing. So player housing, there will be in-city player housing, and that's a limited supply of 18,000 houses, which is plenty. The houses themselves will require some upkeep. So people that buy more than one when the game gets going will have to be investing in maintaining more than one house in them across the cities. But then there'll also be outside of the city housing. So the idea being that there's no ever complete cap on how many players can be participating and owning within the space. But to start, we've got the player housing, and the whitelist mint started and had a bit of a freeze. Owl.eth, Owl of Moistness, discovered a minor issue within the minting contract, just in terms of some 721 compliance. Through that process, they decided to put things on hold for a little bit longer, make sure the mint was or the contract was incredibly efficient. In fact, it is. You can mint these and the gas is at like $2, $3. It's one of the most efficient mints, and they made some other improvements as well. And at the same time, one of the key developers, Misotune, ended up getting COVID, and so there was a few delays, but there's no hurry. And I'm happy, actually. Right now we're in the public mint phase. I'll show you where we're at. We have only minted 247 out of the 18,000. And that's good. That's okay. It means we're not being overrun with flippers and speculators. I think the upkeep cost is something that is helpful with that, also being in a bit of a bear market. But it means that there's room and time for anyone who's interested in being part of this to be able to get in on having an inner city mint. I was able to mint one of each. I would like to have a home in each of the cities depending on what's going on or different events. But that also means I'm going to have to be playing enough to be able to maintain the 3 homes. They are 0.1 ETH each. They do give you some other benefits. Like I said, you can be in the homes and have some furniture or have some basic items. You can also have a very simple farm. But they also, in terms of one of the main tokens for the game, is FOA, and the player houses themselves will emit FOA tokens. From one of the Discord posts, somebody shared this, maybe X912, I can't remember, it might have been Lucid, Anyways, we shared this calculation, and you can see that the player housing is going to be emitting just over 9 FOA a day. And I believe that's over the course of the 10 years, so a lot of FOA. I am quite interested in the small guild. I'll go back to the post here. This is the Substack post. I am very interested in getting one of the guild halls. Now, the guild halls are 10 ETH, and I've been saving and saving and saving to try and get that. And my hope is to be able to have an Ilskagard small guild, and that'll allow me to have a storefront and some various things that people can use to be able to craft and or buy in-game items, and it's a longer term commitment. So anyways, that is happening right now. The player housing mint, there's lots of time, and definitely if you're wanting to play this game next year or be part of this, now is a good time to get the player housing so that you can accumulate FOA for the next several months, and then when gameplay comes out, you'll have some FOA already stacked up in order to play. So in order to mint, I would use the link within the Discord. Go to solarbots.io, mint player housing, and you can mint a maximum of 5 per wallet. And you can see how many remaining homes there are available, and you can just choose how many, and then you can mint. You do have to link your wallet, of course, at first. So the minting is fairly straightforward and simple. Gas is really low, and you can use a gas monitor to see what the price of gas is. Like right now it's only 10, but even at that, I think I minted when it was at 20. It was just a couple bucks per NFT. And if you want to see how much you've earned in FOA once you've purchased and you start accumulating, whether you have Solarbots or a home, you can go to your profile, and it'll tell you how much you have accumulated in terms of FOA. There are a couple tools that are available to help you. Henry has this great Solarbot overviewer. You can put in your ETH address, and it'll tell you how many you've collected and which ones you're still missing. Genie is really good for bulk buying if you're wanting to snipe or bulk buy a bunch of Solarbots based on different rarity, and so on. Definitely, of course, be part of the Discord and follow the official Twitter. I would say both solarbots.io or _IO Twitter, and of course Miso's Twitter as well. Alright, let's take a look at the MVP. Let's jump into this. Now, it's important to recognize this is version 0.0.3. So this is a very beginning, starting version. This is a minimum viable product. So it definitely has some bugs, it definitely has some issues, and it's just kind of showcasing a bit of the spirit of what's happening. Now, one thing that I feel like is different within this game is it's all being done with full team of artists. Like, there's musicians making the music and the background. There's artists who are making all the animations, sort of hand drawing. Like, seems to be a labor of love for a lot of people. I would definitely recommend following Miso's blog or some of the other postings that have come out in the Twitter on Substacks of just interviews with some of the staff that are working on this. It's definitely a different feel from other projects. It's more of a labor of love. Anyways, so we are on the third sort of iteration. It's almost a month old, but we'll take a little bit of time here and we'll play it. So it's currently only for Windows. It's so close to being ready for Macintosh. It will technically play on Macintosh. It's just that they have to get some authorization certificates or whatever so that you don't have to go into the security settings and make any changes in order to play. Though I will say when I downloaded this, I did have to tell Defender on Windows to allow it to play. But anyways, so you download it. It's just in a zip folder. You can double click the exe. And one of the things I've noticed within this is that even if I have the effects turned way down, like actually I have them all the way down, they still are quite loud. Can't figure that out why, but the music does seem to be able to find a sweet spot if I bring it down really low. So I think there's something going on within the settings here, but either way, I want you to be able to hear the sound effects and music. The last video I made, I didn't have it recording the audio because I couldn't get it to work right. This time I'm definitely going to have it for you. So within the settings, these are not ready yet. Microphone, voice chat, and voice acting. That's coming up later. Within the teams, the way it works is you can toggle off what you're seeing, otherwise you can see everything, and you have the Solarbots that are available within your wallet, and you can do some theory crafting, and I want a tank, or I want and that's up here on the top right. So right now I can see everything. I can turn these off. I want maybe a support. I'll put that in the back. I don't know if that matters. I want an attack. I want a ranged. And some sort of tank I'll stick out front. And then I can play. Good luck, pilot. And based on the background or your setting of where you're located, you'll get different audio. So you'll start to know where you are based on the audio track in the background. You can see underneath this Solarbot, its feet are lit up. This is the one that's active. Up top here, you can see the order of turns. So it's going to be this Solarbot, this one, this one, this one, and then these two enemies. A Garrapatta. Anyways, I'll be attacking those. So I might as well just start with some attacks. You can see the sound effects are still pretty loud. And it goes to the next one. Down here you can see underneath its feet are lit up. So all four are just going to attack at the start. And then they'll get their turn. I feel like the lightning sound effect ends a little too soon. It's like it's been trimmed. So I wasn't really too damaged, so I can't really use any of the abilities. I'll show you some of the abilities. I can do a field repair, heal an entity for up to 200 health, but nothing's been injured, just shields have been brought down. I could do this. So here I will load up this Solarbot Mark 1 with the goggles with a fire blessing. So that is the one ending in 17. And then the next one I'm going to do the same thing. I will... Well, that one doesn't have the fire blessing, but I could slowly build this one up, but I guess this one I'll just attack. So escape to go backwards, and then attack. Get rid of this first Garrapatta. And it's gone. And abilities. Ooh. Bullet Hail. Deal 250 physical damage to all enemies. So I could have used that one. Got rid of both at once. Anyways, I could give Fire Blessing as well to this one. And then, now when this one attacks, it'll get both bonuses. So 525. And there we go. There was only 2. It randomly right now just generates a random number of enemies. So if I go back here, I'll go back in and play. Let's see if we get a different background, or at least a different region, so you can hear a different audio track. So this is an Arboria. You can tell by the logo there. This is 8 enemies. I cannot win this. You cannot win against 8 right now. But I'll do a couple battles. Do a lightning strike on them. You can see this one here has died now. It's sort of in a ghost. I think some of them do have a revive feature. Which one had that bullet hail? Let's try that. Bullet hail. Yeah, they all were injured. Almost tempted just to make a team full of these guys. Let's do 4 bullet hails. Would that be enough? I have to have 4 of them though, I suppose. I wonder if I can heal. It won't let me select it, probably because this one's not healable because it's dead. Let me power up the next one. I'm just kind of randomly clicking around. Oh no! Anyways, as you can see, very basic gameplay right now. Minimum viable product, just kind of proving the concepts. One thing that is worth pointing out, when you listen to the interviews with the team that's developing this, they are developing things in a module base so that it can scale. So once they've figured out the code and the setup for one thing, they can then use it over and over again. So it's important to get that correct, because if you're going to reuse it, if there's a problem, that problem's going to reappear over and over. But it also makes scaling much more viable. So let's do one more, see if we get a different background. Maybe some different music. I also want to try this bullet hail. I'm injuring each one. I'm going to try anyways, and then do the bullet hail on all of them. I'm trying to get rid of their shields, and then this one can do the bullet hail on all 3. Unless I've chosen wrong. Okay. Attack. Physical. Oh no, I want abilities. I wonder if I had given it the fire blessing, if the bullet hail would have the bonus of 250 plus the bonus on all enemies. That would be something to try. You can see it damaged all of them, but if all 3 had given this one its bonus. Let's try this. So fire blessing to 42. Oh, that's good. Okay, and then abilities. Well, this one can do field repair. Okay, let's do a field repair. Oh, and it's not. Oh, because it's still just shield. It's not actually injured. Okay, let's try this symbiotic nanobots for 40, for 17. Because they seem to be attacking that one. I didn't actually see it do anything for it, but survived the attack. Okay, now abilities. Fire blessing to 42. It's okay, 1 down. So now let's see if I do this. Oh, the bullet hails. Reviving. I don't have it right now. It's got a cooldown. Okay, so let's do. Can I do fire blessing to myself? I can. Okay, let's just do a blessing. See if I survive another round. Just keep. Oh, I can't do field blessing there. Escape to go back. So let's just attack. I don't want to eliminate. I want to see how much damage this thing does when it does all of them, if it applies it to all of them. So I still don't have that. What was the other ability? Jumpstart. Revives. Oh, revives an incapacitated one 50 health. There, it gave this one 50 health, I believe. Yeah, brought it back to life. That's good. And it's down again. Still, it gave a diversion attack. Okay, so now, can I do my bullet hail? I can. Does it do the bonus on all of them? 312, 312, 312. I don't know the numbers well enough to know if it actually did. Anyways, it was fun to try and do that theory crafting. Alright, let's flee out of here. So that gives you a taste of the minimum viable product. Right now, so you can play, at least you can get a sense of the feeling of where it's going. You can mint your own player housing within the city. There's nothing really for sale right now within that. A few people have put them up for much higher than mint costs, or, you know, house number 69, if you want to buy it, you can get it for 6.9 ETH. These are house number 1s, so if you're wanting to get house number 1, but there's lots left in order for you to mint. There's 18,000, so okay, hopefully that gives you a little bit of a taste of what's going on right now with Solarbots. Come join us in Discord, get to know the community. It's quiet, it's calm, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be filled with hype and pump. It's a time for us to build and to get to know each other and iterate to an excellent product. As always, keep track of your towels and do not panic.